2. Okay, back to the podcast video thingy. So, in the last episode of the podcast, YouTube thing, whatever you want to call it, the party had so bravely ventured into the swamp, found a boat, and got ganged up on by a bunch of dwarves who were forcing them into a spooky hole. But before we went into the spooky hole to cannonball in like a bunch of real dunkaroo rude dudes, the very brave Vireen dangled down, dunking herself into the depths, and thank you, Jared.
Yeah,
and and was attacked by a bunch of flying, weird-looking toads. Does anybody have knowledge of nature?
No.
I have my Farmer's Almanac from the Apple Co-op.
Y'all better beware the hawk toads.
They eat apples this time of year.
Just like shit. Fucking frogs. But okay, and so we last left the party with a bit of information unfounded, where nobody really knew the name of the dwarfish leader, but they recognized him from the bar. He seemed to have some sort of a seat of power, and he hinted that another group of dwarves had been another group of adventurers had been put into here to try to retrieve something or go find some information or something. And so the party decided to cannonball dunk themselves in, and we freeze-framed mid-cannonball into the hole. Were we going to take turns jumping in, or is it just a free-for-all?
I think it's like a slow-mo type of everyone jumps down together.
We all try and do that thing that they do when they jump out of planes, where everyone like grabs their hands together and they fall in a ring. But there's clearly, one, it's not big enough in the well portion, and then two, we just hit the water way too soon.
I mean, don't ruin it for me, but everybody's going to get stuck trying to jump in at the same time.
We all just have our
will go
feet.
first, and then
Yeah,
Vireen will go second, and then Grus, and then Percy, right?
Yeah.
Bossy pants. We wanted to tape our 80s movie ending, and you're over here ruining it.
No,
Don't
No, I wasn't gonna
forget
hold.
about me.
I wasn't gonna hold the hands with 2/3 of you, so this is fine. I'll go last.
Very good.
You can go hold yourself, bitch.
So in that case, what we can do is we can force initiative amongst all you guys. We'll just say that the initiative...
Well, hold on. No, I only believe in consensual initiative, so...
Boy, you're first anyway.
Did you ask him if he wanted to go first?
Yeah.
Did fucking Sarah?
I'm just saying, based on our conversation we had the last episode.
Yeah, no, me and Sarah had an outside conversation, so you're not privy to.
I think we did we? Okay. So who's jumping in first?
We were like, this is what the game plan is, yeah.
So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to roll initiative versus you guys. So what's going to happen is the first person who goes in is 20, followed by 15, 10, and 5. I roll, and I see whether I act in that group.
Sounds good.
So who's first?
Karsken.
Who's second?
Vireen.
Okay, and then Percy, and then Grus, or Grus, then Percy?
Grus, then Percy.
Okay.
Because Percy can't be bothered to jump near us.
It's like I knew.
Yes, thank you, Vireen.
And so with that, Karsken jumps right in, and as
Everyone jumps in, and then Percy chugs a potion of invisibility and sprints off.
If I had one, I would.
And so Karsken jumps in and lands into the water with his move action right there. So you sit in the center pool, and you can see all 4 of the beasties on the walls on different sides with their eyes glowing, and they all seem to be ready to pounce as they're all kind of just sitting perfectly still. But you can see like their haunches getting ready to jump. And you see their big whip-like tail and their little wing things start to inflate.
I'm gonna go into a rage.
As you land, just boosh,
Yeah.
and you're floating there, and you're just like, "Arr!" as the water starts to boil around you. You just got a lot of gas, but
Yeah.
okay. You're just gonna rage and keep it.
I hope so.
Are you gonna? You can actually dodge too.
Do I still? Oh yeah, because Rage's bonus action. Yeah, I'll dodge.
Okay, so
I'll
that-
disengage.
When I fell down, ain't nobody touched me.
Just in case anyone tried to get an attack of opportunity on the way down.
Well, I'm glad we're doing this as the last part of your turn. And another thing, if anybody did try to touch me, they couldn't. So we've got dodge on, so you're ready to dip, duck, and dive, dodge around in the pool. And all 4 of these big, giant winged frogs come fluttering from the walls and come jumping to swarm around you in the water. So the first one flies off. And what's your armor class?
16.
Okay. So the first one jumps and dunks in, and as you're like kind of dodging, the way I'm imagining it is you're kind of like going below the water's edge, and you're just sort of like floating around, and you see them all kind of just like little torpedoes into the water and fluttering around with what seems to be swim speed. And then the second one jumps in, and he misses as well. You said your armor class is what?
16.
Okay. The third one dunks in and misses as well. And the last one jumps and flutters and dives in and misses. And so you are surrounded on all sides by these things. And next we have who's jumping in? So right as soon as he jumps in and you're looking like down on the bird's eye view, you see him just like land in the water, and all of a sudden just, and he's surrounded on all 4 sides. Are you still going to jump in?
Yeah.
Did you want to attack while you're flying towards him?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What attack are you doing?
Chaos Bolt.
I will say, these things are not gigantic, and Chaos Bolt may be a little too powerful for them. I'm saying this to save you, because I've projected them up to be these big beastie frogs. They're really not.
7th level lightning bolt.
They're like medium-sized dog
There's
size.
a chance I could hit more than one, so it's like a ricochet.
Yeah, I mean, there's a 13% chance that you could hit more than one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bank on it. I really wouldn't.
That's higher than 0 with Firebolt.
Got you there.
What in the fuck?
13%
You also get to
chance
roll
of
on your
ricochet
wild
is
magic
greater than a
surge.
0% chance of ricochet. But with Chaos Bolt comes the chance that you could be a dick. So
You're also going to just like waste a spell. You don't have many of the Chaos Bolts. You have what, 2?
yeah, but there could potentially be like 4.
Or like a boss battle or something that's not the attack dogs at the front door.
I'm going to cast Firebolt.
Okay, it misfires and you die. All right, so next person up.
Damn.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, go ahead, fire it in. So,
Ugh. I think that's a 6 plus a 11.
11. Yeah,
I think
so
it's an
that's
11.
going to be a miss. But I
Well,
will say,
fuck.
I mean, I will say it is pretty neat that you're flying in and attacking, but yeah, so you want to say that you like swan dive in and launch it as you're falling down towards them?
Yeah.
Okay. And so the fireball whiffs in the water and you fall down beside Ryan beside Karsken on the left-hand
What I'm
side.
going to do the first time.
What? So anyway, it goes to Grus now.
I think I'm just gonna yell. I'm gonna have my mace out and just kind of furiously, like, just kind of swing it and hope I swing one of the frog things and not one of my compatriots.
So you're going to swan dive in and try to dunk one in the head as you're falling in?
Yeah, but I'm like screaming my face off. Ah!
Just
So yeah, let's roll that attack.
go ahead. Turns out Dan's just going to...
Oh,
Did
baby.
you fumble?
No. I got a 5.
Sick. So you fall and just like splash next to him and end up clapping your back on the water's edge. And there's Percy.
No, it's like a belly flop, and it really hurt.
She don't float back up. Okay. And then Percy's the last one to dunk in.
I'm just watching all this play out, and I'm just like,
Everybody's just belly flopping into the water. Karsken sank.
did they even try to hit them? Like what? All right. And I just jump in. And
I'm tired of you,
shooting.
Dunkaroo.
You're going to shoot on the way down?
Yep.
Go ahead. Take your shots. Shot.
18 to hit.
Okay, that's good.
And that is going to be for 9 damage.
Yeah, so you shoot one of them square in the head, and underwater, Karsken can see this thing just get pegged through the skull, and you can see it already like kind of just twitch out and start to float backwards, little fetal position.
Okay, then with my bonus, I'm going to shoot at another one. That's a 13 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And that is 6 damage.
That kills the other one. So another one gets shot square in the head and starts to float up as well. And then all of a sudden you just whoosh into the water next to Karsken. So the whole 4 of you are now in sort of like a plus shape, and there's 2 of these froggy beasts left, and both of them are on the north side of the cave, which would be next to Karsken, and next to Grus, and next to Vireen. So now goes to the top of the round, so back to Karsken.
Alright, let's go make a bite attack. I rolled a nat 1.
3d6s, total them.
9. I rolled a 3 times. What does it mean?
It means drop weapon. Your weapon falls to the ground. So I guess that doesn't work for you.
It does not.
Your tail sheds and falls off.
All the
Oh,
What
teeth
if
no.
fall
my
out.
teeth fall out?
Let's roll a reroll on that.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
You have
No,
cavities.
Five.
Not
Oh,
cavities.
no, 11.
An 11 with nothing happens. Okay. And do you get a bonus action attack, or is that...
Nope.
And so, did you want to move or anything in the water?
Nope.
Okay. And so now it passes on to them, and the 2 of them just hungrily start going after Grus, being the smallest, and
No.
both of them kind of hone in on her and try to claw her to pieces and fight to swallow her up. What's your armor class?
15.
Okay, so both of them miss trying to claw you, and both of them start sticking their tongues out trying to pull you into their gullets.
That's nasty.
And the one of them seems to wrap it around your wrist, but you manage to like blunt it off with your hand and get it to pull the tongue back. You can hear underwater as it bubbles out just like a lot of...
You just hear me scream.
Thank you, Joelle. For a second I wondered what your scream would sound like, but...
Role playing.
Theater of the mind. Today we present Grus attacked by frog. Thank you. Well, I'm glad it was louder the second time. Okay, and now it goes to Vireen.
Firebolt.
Underwater firebolt.
Well,
No,
am I not looking-
they are submerged. They're immersed with water.
Magnesium.
They're magical magnesium.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
14.
As a hit.
What do you think
Sweet.
the MAG stands for?
Oh.
10.
I meant magnum condoms for my magnum.
9 points damage.
9 points?
Yeah.
So yeah, you gust one of them as it leaps up and like, you know, comes up from the water's edge and like, and sticks this little tongue out, snaps at Grus's arm. As she beats the thing off her arm and the thing starts fruit roll-upping its tongue back in, you goose it in the
Ew.
face, and the thing just, in a smoldering dunk, just teeters back and floats away, leaving only one frog still in the water. Did you want to move?
Can I start swimming towards the bank where the lantern is? Or the
Yep.
cliff, whatever?
Yep.
Ledge?
Okay, go ahead and roll an athletics check, or a strength.
10.
Okay, so you just start swimming over there, doggy paddling, and you make it a pretty good distance over there, about halfway. Okay, and so now it goes to Grus.
I'm gonna hit the one that tried to lick my wrist with my mace.
No, that one already got fire-bolted. The other one is the one that was trying to call out you two.
Hit it anyway.
Alright, well,
Hit the
so there's
dead one.
another one next to me, right?
Yes.
Hit the dead one. Well, then I'll hit him thinking of his friend.
Okay. Even he looks over and he's like, Jerry? And then this little Grus like, Jerry!
I keep rolling like duty.
What duty number did we get?
8.
Sick. Okay. And so with that, yeah, you swing and you hit the water as the thing dips away and its little eyeballs peep up out of the water again. Okay, and now it goes to Percy. Oh, did you want to start swimming away?
Yeah, they taunt me.
Okay, it'll be an attack of opportunity because this one's still close enough to you.
Okay. I'm scared.
All right, so this time it actually does manage to rake you with its claws. So as you're swimming away, it slashes at you and deals 3 points of damage.
Ow.
And go ahead and roll your athletics to swim.
Watch me not do well. Please crit.
I didn't think that was the face of a person who crit.
It's an 11.
Okay, so you start swimming over to and you make it over near where Vireen is. Both of you guys swimming across. And now it goes to Percy. And you see the frog just lashed at your friend Grus as she's swimming away.
Your best friend, Grus, I'd say.
Really take care of them before you just run away and I shoot it.
I don't like you!
Thank you, Joelle. Go ahead and...
So my first shot is probably going to be a miss. That's a 9.
Okay, so you should probably finish what you started.
What was that?
Oh,
Finish what I started?
must have been a misfire. Sorry. And I'll shoot again. There's a 24 to hit.
Yeah, 24 hits. Thank you.
4 damage.
Okay.
I feel like
And
doing
so-
the SpongeBob hands behind my back face.
Okay, and so yeah, you shoot this time with your other hand. You shoot the first one, you miss, and you're like, fucking, and you pull out the other one and shoot it. As the frog turns around and sees the little bow, the crossbow bolt skitter across the water, and he looks over at you, and you're like, damn it, you put it back in the water and pull out the other one and shoot this guy in the face, and he just like croaks back. And Karsken just emerges like a hippo out of the water. Just, his little ears.
It's just like a crocodile. Just like a log floats to the surface. Nostrils pointing out.
And then Percy's like, whoa, Karsken, I didn't know you could do that. Karsken's just like behind Percy, like, do what?
Oh,
This is literally a log. Are you seeing I look like that fucking piece of driftwood? Like, no.
It's hard to tell you folk apart.
Oh, it's a wood. Okay, and so now can I get some swim checks from Percy and Karsken to get over there? Karsken, you still have the rage, so you can.
Yeah.
Karsken, can you give me a lift?
I will allow it.
Yeah, he can get on my back.
Yeah, I rolled the 10, but yeah.
Yeah, I got athletics, so 21.
Okay, so yeah, you managed to skid around over there, and everybody manages to get to the other side. And before you is about a 10-foot lift up onto a stony cliff edge. You can see a bit of light reflecting out from down around a corridor.
I want to climb up.
You know, if you think about it, cliffs are just the bridge between one point of
Go ahead.
And another point of elevation.
Roll an athletics check to start climbing up, booger lips.
Well, do you want to perhaps let the dwarfs know the coast is all clear and have them come down, and just as they come down, we'll take them out?
I don't think that's how that's gonna work.
Just everybody floating in the water. Somehow I don't think that's going to work that way, bud. You hear from above, it won't.
I assume I said that quietly to the group, not
Okay.
shouting from the water still.
It won't. They were trying to be quiet too. Okay, what do we got in athletics to climb up?
Oh wait, you want to? Okay.
Unless
19.
Did Karsken find any dragons at the bottom of the water?
no, just a log. Looked kind of like a brown dragon, but with that, yeah. So Vireen is able to climb her way up to the cliff's edge and lift
14.
herself up. Okay, and so does Percy.
20.
Okay, Karsken does as well. And at this point, there's enough people that they can just kind of help maneuver Grus up. I mean, for real though. And so with that, the party lifts Grus up onto the edge, and you guys see before you a bit of a like water eroded cavernous hole here, and it seems to have quite a bit of like fungus dripping from the edges of it. It's a wide enough hole that you guys can walk through without having to dip your heads or anything like that, but you can definitely smell like this moist and damp kind of fungal smell coming from around the corner. But you do see like a little bit of lantern light around the corner.
Can I sneak around the corner?
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth.
I'll sneak with you this time.
14.
Are you both sneaking together?
Sure.
That is a 13.
Okay, so the two of you guys maneuver around the corner and go about 15, 20 feet down the hall, and you can see it ends, once you go around this corner, you can see all the stony rubble and everything. Then around the corner, there's a bit of like a cave mouth that seems to be, I guess I'd say like the remnants of what appeared to be a stoneworked wall. And as you come through this little bit of threshold, you can see this pile of rubble built up that separates sort of this natural cavern from what appears to be like a stoneworked actual, like, I don't want to say dungeon, but it looks like some sort of like, you know, like a cobblestone to like actual stone built, you know, masoned sort of stony structure here. But you see the lantern at the edge of this passageway that leads into this big room. And you can see a single blade over here with a bit of greenish looking Icarus blood on the end of it. But all that's left behind is a lantern that's just kind of sitting at a slight angle on a stone. And you can see a sword just hanging out over here. This lantern is sort of like the remnants of the wick is left, and it seems like the oil is just about completely out. Before you, in that stony passage, it looks like the passageway itself is about 30 feet wide, and it looks like one big massive room that stretches back about, I don't want to say like maybe about 60 to 80 feet. It has two separate elevations where it's got sort of like the lifted platforms, and it dunks down in the middle, and you can see a bit of a river flowing through here from some sort of like a sewer grate that's kind of been overrun. And you guys see groups of purple fungus sticking to the walls in clusters at odd points of the chamber, and nobody has nature.
Nope.
Oh boy. Okay.
I mean, still have the almanac, yeah.
Okay, I'm sure you do. And so you can see that there's a couple of toppled columns in here, and there's a couple of doors. One door is directly across from you guys, and then there's a pair of other doors on the other lifted side. So you guys are in sort of like the back corner of the northern lifted one. And at the other side is a pair of big stone double doors, like on the other end of the big long expanse. But apart from that, doesn't seem like there's any form of bullywugs or frogs or any beasties roaming around in here.
Okay.
There's just a sword.
And the lantern. That's about out.
And there's nothing else around the sword, like a corpse or skeletons or bones, just a sword.
Just some drips.
Are they the same kind of drips that were in his office?
No. I mean, it just looks like bloody green Icarus splatter. So I guess yes, but also not like... I feel like that's very much so out of the wheelhouse of an eyeballing to see if it's the same kind of a splatter shape or something. So, looks like the coast is clear enough. So what would you guys like to do now as you two stand here?
Go get the others.
Okay. And so you go around the corner and the other two are just standing there.
Come on, guys.
I killed my fingers.
Very good. So the whole group comes around the edge and sees before them the exact same scene. What do you do?
This might be a good time to use that scroll you were talking about, Vireen.
You know, I was thinking that.
Is it?
But then I was like, no, it really isn't, because it's probably just a random sword.
It's just a living sword, just like, come on, bitches.
I mean,
Shit.
if the sword is the only thing in here and it's magical, it's just gonna let you know that.
And then you're like,
Oh,
fuck, we
Can
found
we
what we
just-
came for.
Yeah.
can we just grab the sword and leave?
I don't think that's necessarily. There's 4 separate doorways down here.
4 doorways. I thought there was 3.
Yes, and then the double door on the far side.
They just said get them treasure. They didn't say how much.
They didn't even say the word treasure at all.
I thought they said treasures.
I don't recall
I'm
that being the
also
case.
concerned about these mushrooms.
Okay.
I mean, not mushrooms. It's fungus.
Yeah, I mean fungus, mushrooms.
Fungi.
Yeah.
Can I do a non-proficient nature check to see if I can figure out what they are?
I wouldn't say so. It looks like strange, vibrant mushrooms.
Can we burn them, you think?
They taste good?
Why would you burn them?
Like if I'm having an aside with my compatriots.
So I'm not allowed in on this conversation? My question is why you're
No.
metagaming. What the hell are you killing the mushrooms for? You didn't kill the mushrooms on the doorway.
I mean, does fire burn the spores, or will that not work? Do they think?
You know, just for that, I'm
I
going to make
think
these
it'll
things fire reactive. I'm going to make them blow up and kill all of you.
Yeah, I mean, you can try the fire. We'll see if it works.
Karsken just go up and grab the sword.
Yeah, it's by where you guys are all standing anyway. And you pick it up, and it's a short sword. I'm going to need an investigate check from everybody as you pick it up.
No.
That scared me.
Okay.
I'll do it, I guess.
And if anybody doesn't have investigate proficient, you just roll an intelligence check.
Dope!
I got a 9.
So if we
I
do
got-
that for... I have a quick question. So if we do that for investigate, why can't we do that for nature?
Because this is just identifying the details of this thing rather than knowing the nuances of it. Strange.
I got a 22.
Okay.
Got an 11.
And there.
20.
Okay, so both Vireen and Percy, once Karsken picks up the blade, and Karsken got what?
9.
Okay, so yeah, Percy and Vireen, when you pick up the blade, both of you two at the same time recognize this as being something that you saw equipped to somebody's belt over by the cabins when you guys were over there. And slowly, as you kind of descend through that little like moment of deja vu, you recognize that this is what Shisa had on his belt.
I spit in a nearby beer.
You don't recognize it.
That's the bench
I know
thing, right? Like the Fibora people?
Yeah.
I instinctively know.
Shit. I knew she was my mortal enemy.
Is that what this has turned into? Found a sword, you're like,
Well,
I'll kill her.
now we
That
get her
bitch.
loot.
Get all your coins back.
I guess we'll tell you that. And there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Dang
we'll
it.
let Karsken and Grus know whose
Okay.
blade it is.
Is it that lady from that saved us?
Shisa was the bald guy with the yeah.
Yeah.
He was part of that group.
Yeah.
Oh, JK. Oh, yeah, okay. Cool. So maybe they're down here. Or they're dead.
Yeah, and maybe the coins are where their corpses are.
Or maybe they're not down here and they're alive.
There's 4
Yeah, maybe
doors.
they left and just dropped their sword.
He was just like this sword weighs so much.
I'm tired.
Yeet. And somehow just twang down here, hit one of those frogs in the head.
Boing.
Somehow it hit the wall and a lantern fell out of nowhere.
It lit the lantern as it went past.
All right. So now that we've established a lot of maybes, where are we going?
There's 4 doors.
The first door on the left.
Okay, so the one closest to you. So the group meanders about the 20 or so feet over here. And the door is an old rotted wood-looking door, but it's one that seems to have functioning hinges on it, and it doesn't seem to be like, I don't want to say it, something that's not used. You know what I mean? It doesn't look decrepit and like destroyed. Like it looks functional.
Okay, so Percy will grab out his handkerchief and put it on the doorknob so he doesn't have to physically touch it and turn the knob and open it.
Okay. And so with that, Percy swings the door open, and before him is what would appear to be something of a monstrous armory. You can see like old like clubs ridged with a bunch of like fish bones and hardened stones. You can see a bunch of spears and daggers, some turtle shell armor and whatnot. But it just seems to be sort of like a big giant heap, and there's a bunch of bugs and smelliness coming out of this room where it is.
Is
Karsken,
this
I think
what they wanted?
I think there might be some of your people's weapons in here or something.
Ouch.
Are you a germaphobe and racist?
Dragon weapons?
I don't know. They're made from bones.
Dragon bones?
That's for you to decide, not me.
How dragony are these bones?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. So what's the question now about dragons? I didn't even hear the question. I just assumed there's a dragon in the question.
How dragony are these bones?
Okay, so anyway, what's the party do now?
Can I do a nature check to see if they're dragon bones?
Are
you
you
don't
proficient?
have nature.
No, but I have high intelligence.
So now what's the party's plan?
Can we go to the next door?
Okay. And so as the party leaves that little chamber, you can see that there is the small set of stairs. There's two stairs, one on either side. They go down into this lowered part where the water is. And you can see that there's a patch of fungus directly across on the, I'd say on the western side of this, closest to you. And then on the far side, there's another clump of it on the east part. So it seems like, yeah. Apart from that, yeah, there's the two sewer grates where it seems like water seems to be flowing from the east side to the west side. But yeah. The second landing is where there's the other three doors. So what's the plan for proceeding?
Next closest door.
Okay. So with that, the party starts stumbling across this way and makes their way over to the river, and they notice who's in the front.
Karsken.
Okay, so as Karsken starts stomping into the water, one of the plots of purple fungus starts to shake and rattle as you approach it, and as you approach it, this thing just starts wildly like swinging and swooping in a circle, and all of a sudden it starts to make that noise like when you swing one of those noodles over your head, and it is that woo, and this thing just starts shrieking and filling the room with a huge bunch of sound, and all of a sudden the other funguses start doing it as well. And you can hear one of the doors on the other landing, you can hear the door start to batter and shake as if somebody's about to open it up. And that's on the far west side.
I ready my crossbows to shoot.
Okay. And it seems like that's about, from where you guys are standing, about 35 feet away. Okay. And so let's...
I try and just keep the doors from opening.
Yeah, you can rush over there as quick as you can. Okay, and so as you start rushing over there and climb up the other stairwell to go grab onto the door handle and block it, one of the things of fungus, when you rush by it, whips out a cord and wraps it around your leg, and you feel this tight grip. What's your armor class?
16.
Okay, and you feel it tightly grip at you, but you quickly shake it away. And as you felt that tight grip, you felt like a stinging, burning feeling on your leg, as if it was like starting to like suckle at your skin and pull blood out or something like that. Something very rotten and naughty from the fungal. But you managed to rush your way over and climb up and grab onto the doorknob. What did Vireen and Grus want to do?
Pull out a noodle and start swinging it over your head to make the noise back.
Wiggle,
Establish dominance.
Do it in the opposite direction. To
Yeah,
the noise.
you gotta cancel out the resonance,
They just pop.
and then they'll all just explode. Yeah.
Your first puzzle got figured out like that.
Yeah, fuck you, Dan.
You
I think
idiot.
Can we take a torch and just light them on fire?
Right, yeah, I was thinking, can I cast like a firebolt at one of these?
Yeah,
Sure.
Karsken's gonna
Passion.
shout back that, yeah, so keep your distance from these things. They get
They're-
feisty.
They're dicks.
Wait,
Okay.
did they touch you without asking permission?
Yeah, there was no consent.
Oh,
Not
no.
cool.
Oh no!
Okay, so these things are little sitting ducks, so go ahead and attack as you wish.
Does anyone have a torch I can borrow?
And
Specifically told you not to get close to them, so.
But I don't know how to be helpful otherwise.
Just little
you
Grus
can
just
throw
like
a torch. Like a
just
torch
waddles
could-
over, thing starts beating the shit out of her. She's like, "Whoa."
Just gets clubbed to death.
Well, I figured if I just like reach out the torch and let it smack it, it would at least A, catch on fire, B, it would probably throw the torch across the room. But like, it's a plan.
I mean, nothing for nothing. It's a fungus. It's very moist. It's probably not going to catch on fire. And even then, there's a big mound of it, so it's like, yeah, okay. But in any case, and Vireen attacked.
You can also give, guidance to someone who needs it.
Myself.
Okay.
No, who needs it?
She's like, well, I don't have very many things I can do, Ryan. I think I need the most guidance here out of anybody.
We just give help.
So, Vireen can roll damage. And she shoots in at the fungal mound.
2.
So you shoot a gust of fire into the thing, and it just starts shrieking even more.
Uh-oh.
Like,
On that note, I think I'm going to try to run without getting hit.
yeah, if you want to, you can maneuver yourself to run sort of where Karsken went and just dodge the fungus. It's not that they take
Yeah.
over like the whole room. It's just that they're in very specific spots. So
Yeah.
if you try to avoid them, yeah, you can make it over to about 10 feet away from Karsken.
Cool.
Okay? And there is a toppled stone beam in here, like a column that's kind of fallen over. So you stand with your back sort of against it, and Karsken's at the far end of the beam over by the door. Okay? And
Okay.
so now we can roll initiative as the round begins. So I got 10.
11.
Sick.
So Karsken, me, Vireen.
I got a 6.
Okay.
Ooh.
And then Grus last.
I got a 19 plus 3. I got a 22.
Gosh darn it. All right, so Percy's first. Did you want to... How does the delay action work in this edition again? Don't you just bump yourself?
Well, I was just preparing an action for them to bust through, which I assume they would do if Karsken didn't get to the door about the same time as initiative started, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would I be able to do my
Well, 'cause-
reaction, essentially?
As far as things go, he got to the door and he is holding it.
Oh, okay. He was able to?
Mhm.
Okay. Then I guess I'll shoot at some of the spores.
Okay. Yeah, sure. That's totally cool. So you want to shoot the same one that she was shooting at?
Sure.
The spore who started it all.
Yeah, just any that are close to Karsken.
It just happens to be the spore that started it all. We didn't start the choir.
10,
10 is good.
7 damage.
Okay. So yeah, you and between your damage and Vireen's damage, you manage to splinter the pile of fungus and it starts hooting and just sort of dilapidates over itself. And so that's one of the 4 mounds in here that are shrieking.
I'll shoot another one.
Okay.
Phew.
Why is this so weird looking? Just thinking of you guys shooting piles of purple fungus in here and they're all screaming like, woo!
That is a natural 1.
Oh, good.
Oh no!
3d6 total it. He just throws the crossbow. The fungus is just swinging it around like, he's got the gun!
10.
10? Okay, it's just a whiff.
Okay.
Okay, and now...
And I'll move kind of away from the door the Karsken's holding.
Sure. Yeah, you're 35 feet away. Did you want to just move to the other landing to be like 45?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you back off, go up there, and now it goes to number 11, which was Karsken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So would you like to do... Would you like to just hold your action and just hold the door shut?
Yeah, I mean...
It seems like they're on the other side of the door about to do something about it. Like they're going to try pushing the door open and you're holding it closed.
Yeah, I was thinking of like opening it enough to let one human-sized thing through at a time, and then holding it again.
How tall are you? Are you on the list?
But no, I'll just keep it held shut for now.
Okay. Unless you want to just bash it inward and try to kill him.
No, actually, yeah, I'll let it open enough to let like one person through.
Okay.
And
so
then I'm gonna like hold my reaction so that when the first person that comes through, I close it after them. So just
I'll allow it.
One thing in. You know
All right.
I mean?
So basically, your action is to open the door for a second and slam it.
Yeah.
Okay. So just naturally, as you open the door, a bullywug wearing what would it be the equivalent of like bullywug commoner clothing just comes like blah, 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 into the room, and he stops about 5 feet after behind you, and you slam the door shut behind him, and he quickly looks around and he sees
Give him a big toothy grin,
and he has his little dagger out, and he looks like he's gonna go chase after Grus.
Why?
So now it's my turn, right?
Let the games begin.
And so dun, 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 dun. And so with that, the bullywug tries to make a run for Grus with a little dagger out and his little sharp teeth at the ready. So go ahead and roll an attack of opportunity if you want to, Mr. Karsken.
You should barf on him.
Yeah, just open the door and slam it. Little frogman's in, and he's like, "There's a person," and you just whomp him on the.
That's a 16.
Oh, that's a hit.
Roll this massive D4. That's 6 damage.
Yeah, you whomp him on the head and deal quite a bit of damage to him. You just like sucker punch this guy in the back of the head, and he's like, "Ow!" But he continues his little charge across the room with his dagger at the ready and stabs it at Grus.
Kombat.
Just... So, what's your armor class, Joelle?
15.
Okay, so he swings in, all kinds of wild and leaping and swinging, and he misses. And when he gets close enough to swing at you and he misses, he tries to bite you instead.
What the hell?
And with that, he does manage to land a chomp. And he chomps for 3 points of damage.
I'm not looking so hot right now.
It's always better when it's in song form. Not looking so hot right now.
I want that remix.
It's the remix of Got Me Looking So Crazy Right Now.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Joelle, for that. So, okay, and now it goes to Vireen.
No.
That's
Who's
kind of like
Wolverine?
Wolverine, and I'm okay with that.
Who's Grooverine?
Groover? Oh, no.
It's the fandom that's shipping our characters together.
Nope.
All the listeners.
Nope.
You're like, it's like the Big Sister, Little Sisters program.
I believe it's the Medium Sister, Small Sister program.
Medium sister, small sister.
No, stop!
Yes!
Is this what happens when I have you two together?
It's amazing.
I feel like I'm watching the Brady Bunch as one of you looks down, the other one looks up. It's ridiculous.
Like,
okay. So, no. So, would you do a thing, Vireen?
Can I shoot the bullywug?
Yeah, please.
17.
Okay, so that shot flings across the room. You burping again?
No. 6.
6 kills him. So as he chomps onto Grus's arm and she waggles him off with her mace, trying to like scrape him off. Once she scrapes him off far enough, you zip one of those fire bolts across the room and just nail him and blows up on his chest, and he flings over the column with a...
I spit on him.
Patooey. Okay, so now the room just kind of comes to that screeching noise again as the fungal mounds continue to woo.
I look over at Grus. You good for the next one? Thumbs up.
Yeah. I don't think on my turn. I don't think it's. I can not do this on my turn, but put my mace down and just like have my light crossbow come out. I think I have to do that on my turn. Yes.
Yeah, but it's your turn right now. Unless Vireen was going to move. Is Vireen moving or anything?
No, I'm in a good spot where I can see anyone coming through the door, right?
Yep. Fair enough. Okay. And so with that now, so you're going to put away your mace, pull out the crossbow?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to prepare. On my turn, I can prepare an action. Okay. Dope.
Yep. Okay. And so now it goes to the top of the round. Back to Percy.
I'm going to shoot more of the spores.
Okay.
There's nothing else to shoot right now.
Unless you prepare action on the door, and then as soon as that door opens up again.
For the next thing, for something to come through the door.
11 to hit.
Yep, that's good.
8 damage.
Okay. Yeah, that's enough. You kill the next pile of it. So one of them fungals. You just shoot it, and the thing pops.
And then I'll turn my attention to the next pile.
Okay.
12.
I feel like we're
good.
ruining their
7
party.
damage.
That's another pop. So with that, the other one just in the other side of the room, leaving only one fungal mound over by the
Driving
entrance.
by some car dealerships and just stabbing those like balloons they have.
Yeah,
up
the
front.
wacky wavable inflatable armament.
Just like drive by stabbing them. Just.
You know, when people are driving around looking for inspiration for their games, they usually don't go to the used car lot. I went to the used car lot.
It's a gold mine of despair and suffering.
So anyway, on that note, now it goes to Karsken.
So would me and Percy's ship be Karski or Perskin?
I like Perskin.
So I kind of like Karski.
Yeah, yeah.
Karsky and Hutch.
Yeah.
Would you use the last names?
You don't normally use last names for ships. Well,
Yeah, no, but hey, be different.
So,
anyway.
So what are you
Karsken
doing?
ponders this aloud for the entire turn.
So like, if we were dating, what would they call us?
Well, they would call me Percy.
Yeah, but, you know, if we had a fan base caring about our ship, you know, that's what the kids call it.
Percy Molten Leaf. That's who I am.
A single green teardrop. Karsken opens the door and lets it kill the party.
He's got nothing left to live for. So Karsken's just going to do the same thing he did last time. And just
Okay. So this time, because they're kind of aware of what's going on, you need to do a strength check versus them.
That's fine.
You juked him the first time.
You're like, hey, what the fuck?
So I got a 16.
You got what?
A 16.
Okay, so as you try to open the door a little bit again to let them in one at a time, the door flings open instead, and it seems like they win the contest versus you, and the door is wide open, revealing the other 2 bullywugs inside of there.
Can I use my breath weapon?
Yeah.
Perfect, let's do that.
Is it a line or is it the cone?
Mine is a cone, I believe.
Okay, so con saves?
Yeah.
All right, I got a 6 and a 4.
That is not gonna do it.
That's for you to. That's for me to decide.
Oops. That's 7 damage.
Okay, so 7 damage on both of them, and they both look heartily wounded as they push the door open, and they seem very confident. They're like, "Ha!" And all of a sudden, just the whole breath of fire comes in, and both of them are heavily singed and screeching in the most froggy, belchy way possible.
Karsken just peeks his head around the corner of the door, you know, like just like, hey, what's going on?
Very good. It's like they should have called it Karski. And so now, on their turn, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, the 2 of them come rushing out to attack Karsken.
Grus had it prepared.
Oh, that's
I
true.
did.
That's true.
Yeah. Grus, shoot him.
Damn it.
I'm gonna do it. 15.
15's a hit.
Finally.
Yeah.
So we've agreed in this campaign, meets it, beats it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Heck yeah. Ooh, baby.
Ooh,
I
baby.
got
Ooh,
7.
baby. 7?
Yeah.
So
damage.
after one of them gets fire belched and they look like they're getting ready to come running out of the room at full speed, you shoot one of them dead between the eyes and it falls back with a thud.
I cheer for myself. Woo!
Like,
I
told
sound
you
like
could
the-
do it.
It sounds like the little fungus.
Yeah, you start
Swinging
turning
around.
into the fungus. Like,
Like,
woo!
Percy just looks around. He's like, I missed one.
Yeah, right. Percy's
Oh,
like, hey,
no.
wait a minute.
I need to reload.
And so the last one that's still there comes running around the corner and starts attacking at Karsken. So it swings in with its little club, and it hits. Your AC is 16, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it swings in and it decks you with it, and it crunches you on the leg, and it deals 3 points of damage. And then after it clunks you in the leg, it tries jumping up and biting you in the throat. And with that, it lands a bite on your throat. And it deals 4 points of damage. Damn these frogs. They are not having this. Now it's Vireen's turn.
Firebolt.
After we roll.
Oh, well.
No, I know. I just thought it was funny that it was like firebolt. Like, what if we got a fumble? Like,
Stealth.
I rolled it. Yeah, stealth.
15.
What'd you get?
15.
15. Beats it. Fire away.
2 damage.
Okay, so you shoot that guy, and he drops dead as well as this firebolt drops him for the rest of his burn. And at this point, the room seems to be a dead quiet beyond the hooting, hollering, screeching of that last fungus, which, given enough time, the party can just shoot it from afar and kill it.
Does it
I
sound
want to do
lonely?
it.
Yeah.
And now it's a wailing fungus, which is a Futurama reference.
He's crying for his dead
Help.
friends.
All these bullywugs are just mutants from the sewers.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Futurama. Okay. I'm like, I was not aware of this Unearthed Arcana. It's just titled Bullywugs are Mutants from the Sewers. The end.
Figure it out, guys.
Okay, so before you are a set of wooden doors on either side and the big stone door at the base.
So I feel like we'll leave the stone doors until last.
Oh, I mean, Karsken's holding a door open for us right now. We might as well go in it.
Oh shit, that's right.
Okay.
Forgot about that door.
And so, as you guys meander over to that door and look inside, you can see that there are large piles of refuse and debris inside of here, a couple of puddles of murky, stinky water, and you can see that this must have been something of a barracks for these frogs.
We just came into their bedroom
They
and
beat the
killed them.
shit out of them.
Yeah, we came into their
That's
home.
not true. We try to keep them in their bedroom, and they came out into the living room. And
Yeah, man, that's
smacked
that's
them.
some Pandora's box, okay? It's not my fault they wanted to
They got
open
their
it.
closet, their bedroom.
They came out for some backyard wrestling, and they got the fucking smackdown. That's how it goes.
Well,